Hi, today I'm going to be filming a flip through of my photocard collection. I have my Toshi little plush keychain here for support. I think it's been almost a year since I filmed my last one, maybe like 9 to 10 months. So I had time today and felt up to filming this, so let's start. I'm going to do NCT at the end in case people aren't interested in seeing that, but I'm going to start with my male idol binders. So this is the first one that I'm going to flip through. It is my Moya or Tomoya from Next G. He is probably my favorite person to collect right now because I think he just has really cute cards. And I just think he's one of the cutest people ever. Really love him. And yeah, I really love his cards. He's like one of the only male idols that I'm still like frequently looking for cards to buy. Just haven't been into collecting much recently. This is just a little back cover. I really like this card, it's cute. Yeah, that's my Moya binder. I'll go through this one next, which has my Close Your Eyes card, so it's mostly Yeojun. I again think he has really adorable cards, and I do really like Close Your Eyes music. I'm not sure when they'll have their next comeback, like with an actual physical release that's not just a single. I don't really have very many cards for this binder. I haven't added anything to it in a while. So yeah, we'll see how I feel about their next music. It'll probably determine whether or not I will continue collecting cards for them. That's that. And then this last binder is mainly my Singan binder. I'm pretty sure in my last collection video I said I was going to make a collage to put in here, and I clearly never have. So it's all the same, it's just his Rise era cards. And then his solo stuff. I do have, I think, all of the album cards for this era, not including like the unit cards. So I was missing this one for the longest time. And then for Glow, I really only have my pulls. So these are the K-pop Nara cards. And then I almost have a full page of him in this very silly hat. And these are just the only other cards that I have that I've pulled. I've looked at templates for like his pre-order benefits, and there's some really cute ones. I just don't really ever see them for sale. I don't know if I'm not looking in the right places. And in the back here, I have my Wonbin cards. So I just collect like 4 cards per era mostly. That's all that's back here. So that would be really it for boy group or male idol collections that I would consider myself still actively collecting. I have a couple other smaller binders that I will just show. So this has Dohun from Identity, and I really like him and I really like Identity's music. I just am not sure if I want to try and keep collecting him, because I think he's one of the more popular members, and when you only get 1 card out of like their latest album out of 20 and then eventually out of 24, I don't know. I think I'd rather like buy other albums than buy some of theirs and try and pull him, and the chances are so low. And then since he's more popular, I feel like his cards are more expensive. But anyway, this is what I've collected. I have the most for You Never Met, obviously, because there was less members in this release, so I feel like his cards were easier to get. This one is so cute. And I also really love this card. Yeah, he has really cute cards. And then I have other pulls, although I did buy this Yeojun pre-order benefit. I think he's my other bias in the group. I'm not really sure. That's it for this little binder. Again, I don't know if I'll continue adding to that. And then this is the last boy group A5 binder that I'll just go through really quickly. It just mostly has people that I used to collect, or yeah, I think that's mostly what this is, or like other Next G cards that I pull that I want to keep. My Woods cards. That is it for this binder. I wasn't sure if I was going to show this binder, but I might as well. I think majority of this is Extenuating Heroes, which I don't really buy individual cards. It's just cards that I pull from buying their albums. I do buy most of their albums because I love their music. And then I think the other groups in this binder are, again, people that I no longer collect. I'll just go through this quickly. My bias is Jongsu, and I've gone back and forth with maybe collecting him, but I don't think I'm going to. But I bought these cards and this card from their latest album because I didn't pull him at all. I got Anteam, and I don't think I'm collecting Anteam anymore. I don't know, I just haven't really been as into their music as I was. I think Yuki Akari was like the last song from them that I really loved, and I still really love that song. Their other like stuff after that isn't bad, and I don't dislike it. It just, I don't know, I'm not as into it as much. I just haven't felt motivated to collect any of their cards. So I'm not sure if I will sell these or just keep them. Honestly, selling cards is such a hassle, and I feel like it's so difficult these days that I'll probably just hang on to them. Yeah, I still like Anteam and I check out their releases. I just haven't felt the urge to collect. And then I have my JO1 Ren collection, which I don't know if I will continue this. I feel like they've had a release since, I mean, this was the last year that I bought cards. Have they had an album since then? I don't know. I know they're doing an English album, I think in October. My Wild Blue cards, Be First cards. I definitely don't think I will continue collecting Junon. I just don't, like, I don't know. I'm not that into these cards. Thankfully they don't do selfies because he would definitely be the most expensive. But I still like Be First. I like anything that Junon sings. That's how much I like his voice. And then I just have these INI cards that I collected. That's it for this binder. Yeah, I don't see myself adding anything to this except for, like I said, when I buy Extenuating Heroes albums. So that's it for boy groups, except for NCT, but we can move on to girl groups now. So I'll go ahead and start with the A5s, since that's what I did for the boy groups. These are both really full. So this binder, I would consider this binder to have collections that I still sometimes add to. So I have my other Dreamcatcher cards that aren't due. Mostly Sua, she's my second bias. My High Key Rena cards, some OT4 stuff. I have my From Us cards, which I'm highly debating moving them into one of my bigger binders and trying to collect Hayoung and Chaeyoung a bit more. I'm not sure if that will happen, but I love their latest comeback. And then I have NMIX cards. I would love to collect Haewon, I just don't know if I will, but I have some Haewon cards, and then some other cards that I pulled, and then my Hearts to Hearts pulls from my Focus album. So what's in here. And this binder is really full. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's honestly too full, but it's fine. So I have my Uju Sonya cards. I miss them so much. I wish that they were still like active in some way. I know they did release a single earlier this year and it was good. Yeah, I really miss them. Or I guess I just missed the time that they were active. I have Elris or Alice cards here. One of my favorite K-pop songs ever, I think. Billy. 9 Muses. Tiara. And Kata. And then my Everglow cards. Yeah, that's it for this binders. This is like inactive groups or collections that I don't really think I will add anything to, but you never know. It's really full. So I have 2 A4 size girl group binders. This is the first one. I have aespa. I mainly collect Karina. And just whatever I get. There's no set rules for really any of my collections. I do have quite a few cards of hers on the way. And then I typically keep my pulls from other albums that I buy. I love aespa photo cards. I think it would be so fun to collect OT for, but I don't think I could ever attempt that. I love this card. I have IVE, and I just collect cards I like for each era. I will say it's probably mostly Kao because I think she's my bias, but I like all the girls. And IVE has beautiful cards. Hollow cat sleeves, but I think with the natural lighting it's not really going to show up. Switch has some of my favorite cards ever. I love the cards for that era. And then I very casually collect Magenta from QWER. I only have 2 cards from their first single because that's out of print now, but their cards are also in hollow sleeves that are honestly kind of obnoxious. I feel like I can't really see the card that well. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. And then Triple S, I mainly, well, I keep pulls from the albums that I buy, and then I will buy cards that I like that I see for cheap. I will say most of the ones I've bought are Kaide, but yeah, this collection is strange. I don't know. I definitely do have like a bias line. Like I would say it's probably these 4 plus Shion, but I also really like Yuyeon. I don't know. It's hard to have like a definite bias, but I think maybe my bias is Kaide. I'm not sure. So just like Polaroids and pre-order benefits that I pulled. I have some Artemis cards, which I would like to collect more of. Jinsoul's my bias. If any of you have been here like from when I first started posting in 2018, I used to collect Jinsoul, Luna era. I just have some miscellaneous Artemis cards, and then I really like Yuna from Eyelet, so I was trying to collect a 9 pocket per era for her. As you can see, I haven't really kept up with that. I don't have anything from their latest release. And then I just have my 5e cards here. These are from Underground, UFO, Magic Clock. These are others that I have from Underground, others that I have from UFO, and then these are from Sugar Free Venom, and then they're I Choose You era cards. That's it for this binder. And this is the last binder before we move on to NCT. This is my other girl groups binder, so starts off with Irene. I love Irene so much. I love collecting her. And I just love Red Velvet in general and other groups that I think would be super fun to collect OT5, but I just don't think I have it in me to ever try and collect full group again. Not doing that great on Biggest Fan, but that's okay. I also collect Slivy. And then I have Jiu, Dreamcatcher. another one of my favorite people in K-pop. I love her so much. And I think she's like the most beautiful woman ever. So yeah, as you can see, I just kind of collect whatever I can get. GU is definitely expensive, and like a lot of her pre-order benefits are hard to find, especially if you're trying to collect them after the fact. I did pull her from the photo book version of UAU's comeback, and I have this pre-order benefit. And then the last group I have in here is XG. So for XG, I kind of collect 3 members. Chisa, Judia, and Maya. I would say Judia is my main bias. Yeah, this page is kind of a mess. I would love to get Chisa and Judia's shooting star card, but I don't think that's gonna happen. The mascara cards, I mean, I was super lucky to pull Judia's. These are just like fan-made cards. And then these cards I bought from Mercari Japan a while ago, and they're like really expensive now for all the members, so I don't know. Anyway, actually has some of my favorite photo cards out of any group ever. And this card is my favorite XG card that I have. She's so beautiful. Again, she's in a heart sleeve, but I don't think it's picking up because of the natural lighting. And I recently got this card for really cheap, so I was super excited about that. I love this page. I also do collect some Hinata sometimes, but she's very expensive. I also really love this card. I do have some, I'm gonna actually move this card. I do have some other, I believe it's the Rakuten set from Awe that I'm gonna put here instead. And then this is what I collected for the core, so this page of cards. This is also one of my favorite cards that I have from this collection. And then this is just like miscellaneous. That's it for this binder. That's it for my girl group, so we can move on to NCT now. It's a different day, but I'm gonna try and hopefully get through the rest of my collection. For NCT, as many of you guys know, if you've watched any of my other content, I collect full group for 127. So just briefly talking about Mark, I don't have any plans to support him or his solo endeavors going forward. I just think the whole situation, I mean, I just find it really hard to believe that he didn't know beforehand, and even if he was unaware and, you know, just given the shirt and he didn't pay attention to what was on it. One, I feel like it's 2026. I just think that kind of stuff isn't really acceptable. And two, his response to the situation was extremely disappointing. I don't know, the whole situation was just really gross, and yeah, like I said, I feel like it's 2026. We shouldn't, like, this shouldn't be happening. And it just goes to show, like, you really don't know these people. So yeah, I didn't take any of his cards out of these full sets, so if you don't want to watch this, understandable. But yeah, let's just start flipping through it. This year has been, well, the past 2 years have been a time, especially for 127 fans. I honestly don't, I mean, I will obviously be listening to 127's comeback. It just got announced today, actually, Blingy, and I'm excited. I don't know if I'll be collecting. I think it'll just depend on how I feel. I'm never gonna finish this. It'll just always be unfinished, I think. That's the end of this first binder. I use the Vault X zipper binders. This is the second binder. I'm sorry about the glare. Yeah, anytime I have a duplicate card for the set, I will usually put it in the middle to fill the space. This is like the one album card that I'm missing, Jaehyun's Two Baddies Japan photo book card. These aren't really in chronological order, but I just put them together. I only collected one card per member for these albums. Yeah, I normally collect like the Target cards and then some pre-order sets. I don't know, the last binder really had too many. I think I have a few for sticker, but never gonna get that Jaehyun card. Is the last album binder. So yeah, that's all that's in this. There's obviously a lot of empty pages for me to add their upcoming album if I decide to. I don't know, we will see. So I have two black Vault X binders that I keep non-album stuff in. Again, it's mostly 127. That's pretty much the majority of what I collected. I started out collecting like everything for all the units, but quickly it got to be too much. I don't know, maybe at one point I'll go through this and rearrange and take his cards out, but I honestly feel like I can't be bothered. I don't know, it's just an unfortunate situation. But again, it's hard to believe that he truly like didn't notice. You know, if the stylist gave him that shirt and he like truly just didn't notice what he was putting on, but then why wouldn't you come out personally and apologize? Like, why would you post a really generic statement through your company when you are the CEO? I don't know, it just felt very weird and not good. Anyway, that's all I'll say on that. Sorry, that was been cut off. These are fan-made cards, by the way. I think there was some other lenticular sets in here. Those are fan-made, and then like there's these Yes magazine cards that aren't technically official either. All right, this is the last 127 binder. If you're curious about what any set is, you can just ask and I can let you know. The one Doyoung special trading card that I have. Doyoung is my bias, by the way, if you've never seen any of my other videos, but you will see my Doyoung binder shortly. This is my top 3. I have a couple pages in here, but not much. That is my 127 collection. I have a couple other NCT binders. So this has Wavy and Wish in here. I collect 10 for Wavy. And I'm doing pretty poorly on his collection, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. For Wish, I collect Xion, just kind of whatever cards I think are cute, which is a majority of his cards. He has very cute cards. And then I also have some Riku cards and this J. And then these are Taeyong, mainly Super M, and then these miscellaneous ones. These are other 127 cards that I have that I don't have full group for. Well, yeah. And then I have Dojejang. So these first two pages are pre-order benefits, I think, except these. And I have the album cards. Trading cards, other benefit cards. These are more trading cards. And this is the sticker set. And that's it for this binder. And then this is my Dream and Solo binder. Again, I did collect OT7 for a few sets. So sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. Again, I haven't touched these since things have happened. And I collect Hitchen. It's my second bias overall in NCT. Love him dearly. So this is mostly Dream stuff, but I think there are a couple 127 cards throughout. And then his solo cards, these are album cards. And then some benefit cards, and then into Beat It Up, where I only have these 3 cards. These are other Dream member cards that I've pulled mostly. And then we have solo, so I have a page for Shalala, Ten's first album, Tap, Doyoung's first album, Jaehyun's album, and this is all pre-order or other benefit cards. Yuta's first album, I'm still looking to get the other card in this outfit that is expensive, unfortunately. I have Stunner, I still need one more card to finish this page. I have Soar. And then these are from Ten's Japanese album. I wasn't really planning to collect anything from this, but somehow ended up with these. Just need 2 more. And this is for Doyoung's single album. So there's only 3 album cards, and I just have these other 2 benefit cards. And then this is what I have for Taeyong's Wild. These are just pulls. Yeah, that is everything. So the only other NCT binder I have is my Doyoung one. So this is my very last binder, and if you watched my other collection videos, I will say this has not changed at all since the last one. I will go through it anyway. Again, if you have any specific questions about a card, let me know. I'm not gonna go through them all. I still love Doyoung with all my heart. I just don't really seek out his cards anymore. There's just so many, and he does have cute ones, but the cute ones are always like very sought after and they're expensive, so I don't really go out of my way to look for them. So I don't know if things will continue to get added in here. I'm sure he will release more solo stuff once he's out of the military, which I don't know. Like, Jaehyun's military enlistment felt so short, but Doyoung's feels so long. Oh, I guess I lied. I do have another special trading card. His feels so long. Like, we still have an entire year, basically, of him being gone, which makes me sad. yeah, that was my entire collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.